recent compelling news from Liberia, about Liberia, and the rest of the world. Today's Tuesday, July 23, 2024, and I'm Anthony Vowen anchoring. The big stories we're following tonight. President Joseph Boakai assures government's commitment to building a well-equipped and respected police force.
You cannot have a society without capable, competent, well-equipped police force. And we have come to assure the police force and the police will be capable, to be respected, and to make people know that building a police force that is capable.
National Commission on Disabilities wants improved living condition of people with disabilities in Liberia.
In order to build a new Liberia for all Liberians, we must collectively curtail aggressive pain handling, and as it has been public enemy number one for persons with disabilities.
Liberian ECOWAS diplomat calls on citizens to embrace peace and focus on national development. And away from home, Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu warns youth not to join planned cost of living protests. Also coming up is a commentary titled Our Independence, Our Heritage. The details of these and other stories. But first, a bulletin of news with Fabian Kuya.
President Joseph Boakai has pledged government's support to members of the disabled community. The Liberian leader said persons with disabilities remain an integral part of society. As such, government is committed to seeking their welfare and discourage perceived marginalization. President Boakai announced the pledge Tuesday at a meeting with members of the disabled community in Congo Town in continuation of his Citizens Engagement Initiative.
We are committed to this. It's not a token thing. It's not something you have to beg for. It is your right. I think it's something that happened so long that people believe that it's given. Nobody cares.
The Liberian leader also called for unity among citizens to support the country's development drive. At the same time, President Joseph Boakai has assured government's commitment to building a well-equipped and respected police force. President Boakai said under his administration, the public can be assured that they now have a police force that is capable and trusted to provide protection. He underscored the important role the police play in society, adding that government will continue to support the police to increase their visibility.
You cannot have a society without capable, competent, well-equipped police force. And we have come to assure the police force that the police can be capable, to be respected, and to make people know that building a police force that is capable.
The Liberian leader was speaking Tuesday when he commissioned a well-equipped crime lab at the Liberian National Police Headquarters in Monrovia. The makeup of the crime lab includes digital fingerprint equipment to help the police in their investigation. The chairperson of the National Commission on Disabilities, Samuel Dean, wants government to improve the living standards of people living with disabilities in Liberia. Mr. Dean said the creation of jobs and meaningful livelihood opportunities for persons with disability will not only improve their lives, but will also contribute to the revenue envelope of the country. He also believes the provision of basic social services, including access to education, healthcare facilities, and employment, are crucial to driving a government of inclusion.
In order to build a new Liberia for all Liberians, we must collectively curtail aggressive pain handling, and as it has been public enemy number one for persons with disabilities.
Mr. Dean also recommended the reinforcement of all sections of the 2005 National Disability Act to ensure that persons with disability are treated equally with respect and dignity. He spoke Tuesday during a meeting with President Joseph Boakai and members of the disabled community in Congo Town. A Liberian diplomat at ECOWAS is calling on citizens to embrace peace and focus on national development. Dr. William Toa says such move will accelerate nation building and strengthen the bond between the government and the people. Dr. Tua extolled President Joseph Boyka for the extraordinary leadership he has exhibited since ascending to the presidency earlier this year. Speaking to reporters in Monrovia recently, Ambassador Tua also extended sincere best wishes to President Boyka and the people of Liberia as they mark the historic milestone of 177 years of independence. He vowed to continue supporting any worthy cause that will help keep Liberia at the peak of regional and global diplomacy. Chinese Ambassador Yin Jianwu says the provision of a crime lab at the Liberia National Police can be an accelerator of the rule of law as contained in the government's arrest agenda. Ambassador Yin said the practice of the rule of law is the surest way to creating a safe society, adding that the police play a significant role. He wished President Boyka every success in promoting the arrest agenda, noting that support to the police will create a safe environment for the practice of the rule of law.
We wish President Boakai every success in promoting the arrest agenda. It is important to create a safe environment to practice rule of law. This lab will enable the LMP to make better analysis in the criminal investigation and give the LMP more methods to combat crime.
The Chinese ambassador spoke Tuesday in Monrovia when his government turned over a well-furbished and equipped crime lab at the Liberia National Police headquarters in Monrovia. He expressed the hope that the lab will enable the LMP make better analysis in a criminal investigation and provide more methods to combat crime. At the same time, Justice Minister Councillor Oswa Tue has lauded the Chinese government for its continued support to crucial sectors of the Liberian government. Councillor Tue described the digital fingerprint equipment as a historic milestone for criminal investigation in the country. He added that the equipment will enhance the police crime fighting ability and improve capacity in overall crime investigation. He lauded the government for giving such a massive lift to the government through the Liberia National Police. Several individuals as persons of interest in connection with the death of former Internal Audit Agency Director General Emmanuel Bati Yinswa. They include Councillor Norris Tue, Emmanuel Ware, and Robert Keto. Others are former Finance and Health Ministers Samuel Tue and William Minanjala, and former NPA Managing Director Bill Tuawe. The LNP has since written the individuals to face police inquiries. In another development, the police have charged suspect boy Benjamin Baker in absentia on multiple offenses. He was charged with supplying firearms, ammunition, and smuggling to the Freeport of Monrovia and G4 community in Brewerville. Member states of the Mano River Union have signed a resolution for revitalization of the union. The 18-count resolution signed at the end of the MRU ministerial meeting in Congo Town calls for the increased support of member states to strengthening the union secretariat. The MRU ministerial meeting also resolved to solicit support from member states to ensure the ECOWAS biometric card is available, accessible, operational, and functional at various border points free of charge for the first 2 years. It also calls for the harmonization and strengthening of the capacity of state security actors and border management personnel in the custom procedures and immigration functionality, among others. The MRU member states also pledged to ensure regular joint military exercises are conducted and the coordinated border control measures are implemented through advanced surveillance. The Dean of MLC Sawyer College of Social Sciences and Humanities at the University of Liberia, Dr. Josephus Gray, has issued a caveat to prospective graduates of the college. Dr. Gray said any student who fails to defend their thesis this year will not graduate. He noted it is mandatory for all prospective graduates of the college to undergo a thesis defense, which is a criteria set for graduation. According to a release, the process is aimed at evaluating students' academic knowledge on specific topic of research within their various fields of studies over the years. Dr. Grace also disclosed the most outstanding student from the ongoing thesis defense will be awarded a full funded master's degree scholarship for studies at Shahdad University in India. A 6-man delegation from the Uganda Electricity Regulatory Authority is in the country to conduct gap analysis of the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission. The delegation is headed by the Chief Executive Officer of the Uganda Electricity Regulatory Authority, Zaria Wako. During a meeting with the delegation, LERC board chairman Dr. Lawrence Sekajibo emphasized the gap within the LERC and the importance to partner with the Ugandan regulatory body in forging best practices at the entity. A release quotes Dr. Sekajibo as saying, LERC has resolved to work alone with some of the best electricity regulatory bodies in Africa, of which Uganda is no exception. In remarks, the CEO of the Uganda Electricity Regulatory Authority, Zaria Wako, described the mission as complementary and pledged to conduct a thorough gap analysis on technical, compliance, enforcement, and training capacity needs of the LERC. The chief of office staff of one of the persons of interest, Hilary Mento, says her boss, Senator Bill Tuawe, has welcomed police inquiry into the death of former Internal Audit Agency Director General Emmanuel Yinswa. Police on Tuesday invited several individuals of interest in connection with the death of the former IAA boss. In an ELBC interview Tuesday, Mr. Mento said, Senator Tuawe is a law-abiding citizen. As such, he will do nothing to undermine the ongoing investigation.
We want to announce here clearly that the office of Senator Bill Tuawe is open to all formal investigations surrounding the death of the late Yeswa.
Mr. Mento added the appearance of Senator Tuawe to answer to police inquiry clearly indicate his compliance to the law. And Information Minister Jerry Limik-Pierre has clarified that the government has no plan to threaten the lives of former President George Weah and his supporters. The clarification is in reaction to reports alleging that the executive has deployed AFL personnel at the Roberts International Airport during the recent arrival of former President Weah. He told Mikal Press Briefing Tuesday that the army has since been deployed at the country's airport during former President Weah's regime. Minister Pierre disclosed the intervention of AFL at the entry of the RRA was triggered by threats from people believed to be supporters of Mr. Weah.